So, today we're diving into one of the world's most incredible and foundational epics, the story of Rama. Now, on the surface, it's this huge tale of gods, demons, and a prince who is destined for greatness. But when you really dig in, you see it's a powerful hero's journey that gets right to the heart of massive ideas like duty, devotion, and, well, the very nature of what it means to be good.
But you can't really get who our hero is without first understanding the world he lives in. See, the ancient texts didn't see time as just a straight line, but as this great big cycle. And this quote from the Laws of Manu, it basically sets the stage for us. It tells us that our story is happening against this backdrop of cosmic decline, a time when Dharma, the very principle that holds the universe together, is starting to fray.
Okay, so the stage is officially set. We've got a world that's, well, it's out of balance. It's an age of decline, and it's desperately waiting for a hero to show up and restore its moral foundation. If you're familiar with the hero's journey, this is our ordinary world, right before the real adventure is about to kick off. And to really paint a picture of this decline, the scriptures lay out these four great ages, or yugas. It all starts with the Krita Yuga, a total golden age of perfect virtue. But with each age that follows, Treta, Dvapara, and then finally Kali, that virtue gets chipped away, and even the human lifespan is said to get shorter. Our story, it kicks off in the Treta Yuga, a time when righteousness has already lost a quarter of its strength.
And the concept, the glue holding all of this together, is Dharma. It's so much more than just a word. It's the moral law of the entire universe. It's the sacred duty that every single person has to uphold to keep things in balance. And here's the bottom line. When Dharma weakens, the very fabric of society starts to crumble along with it.
So into this world of fading virtue, a hero is born, Prince Rama. And he's not just any prince. No, he's presented as the living, breathing embodiment of Dharma itself. A perfect man, living in a very imperfect age. And believe me, the epic poems do not hold back when they describe him. This quote from the Ramcharitmanas paints this picture of a prince who isn't just virtuous, he's divinely captivating. His very presence inspires goodness and awe in everyone around him. He is, quite literally, the ideal.
So let's just break down what made him so special. He's completely committed to the truth no matter what. He's the perfect son, the protector of the weak, an unmatched warrior. He is, in essence, Dharma made flesh.
But here's the thing, right? A hero isn't a hero because they have a perfect life. They're defined by their trials. And Rama's perfect world is about to be completely shattered. This is his call to adventure, the great test that's going to set him on the path he was always meant to walk.
Okay, so here's where it all gets incredibly complicated. Because of a promise he made years ago, Rama's father, the king, is forced to grant a terrible wish from his wife Kekei, exile Rama and make her own son the king instead. This creates an impossible choice. The king is bound by his promise, but Rama is bound by his dharma to honor his father's word, even if it means giving up everything.
And what does Rama do? Without even a second of hesitation, he chooses duty. He accepts a 14-year exile into the dangerous forests. He's joined by his devoted wife Sita and his loyal brother Lakshmana, and he leaves his entire kingdom behind. In the classic hero's journey, this is that moment. He has crossed the threshold from the world he knows into the great unknown.
And it's out there, in the wilderness, that Rama faces his greatest challenges. But it's also where he builds the alliances that are going to define his entire quest. This is where his journey really becomes a story about the incredible power of devotion.
And then, it happens. The ultimate crisis. His wife, Sita, is kidnapped by the terrifying 10-headed demon king, Ravana. And this act of pure evil isn't just a personal tragedy, it's a direct attack on Dharma itself. Rama's quest now has a crystal-clear purpose: rescue Sita and confront this evil head-on.
Now, to really get who Rama's allies are, we've got to take a quick detour and talk about this idea called Bhakti. It's a spiritual path that's all about loving devotion. It's about having this deep personal relationship with the divine that's bigger than just duty. It's about love, faith, and total surrender. And you know, there is literally no better example of Bhakti in this entire story than Hanuman, the mighty monkey god who becomes Rama's greatest devotee. The sheer depth of their bond is captured in this incredible quote. Rama, who loves his brother Lakshmana more than anything, tells Hanuman that he is twice as dear to him. That just shows you the immense power of selfless devotion in this epic. All right, so Rama's got his crew. He's ready for the final showdown. And this is way more than just a war to rescue a princess. This is a cosmic battle for the very soul of the world, a war to restore Dharma.
I mean, just look at the two sides. It's a clear clash of values. On one side, you have Rama's army, made up of forest dwellers like monkeys and bears, all fighting to bring back righteousness. And on the other side, Ravana's powerful army of Rakshasas fighting purely for power, greed, and ego. The stakes could not be higher. It's a battle between order and chaos.
And the way they get to that victory, man, it's a whole epic in itself. First, Hanuman makes this unbelievable leap to Lanka to find Sita. Then, the army builds a miraculous bridge right across the ocean. What follows is a brutal, long war that all leads to this final duel where Rama, the champion of Dharma, finally defeats the demon king Ravana.
And just like that, with Ravana's defeat, the main threat is gone. Sita is rescued. And maybe, even more importantly, that cosmic balance that Ravana totally threw out of whack, it's finally been set right.
Okay, so the hero wins the big battle, but the journey, it's not quite done yet. Rama returns from exile not just as a prince, but as a triumphant king who has proven he can master both the spiritual world of the forest and the material world of his kingdom.
And his reign kicks off an era that becomes known as Rajya. This term, it becomes the gold standard, the ultimate benchmark for what an ideal government should be. It represents a kingdom where justice, peace, and prosperity aren't just things to hope for, they are a reality for every single citizen.
So, what does that actually look like in practice? Well, it's a place where the well-being of the people is the absolute #1 priority. Justice is totally impartial. There's no poverty, no fear. It's a society that is completely governed by moral and ethical law. This vision is Rama's ultimate legacy.
And you see, this idea of a perfect kingdom, it's not just about good politics. It really ties into a deeper spiritual truth, one you see all across Hindu philosophy. The idea is that Rajya works because it's a society that recognizes that divine principle of righteousness is inside of every single person.
And that really brings us full circle, doesn't it? The story of Rama might be ancient, but its big themes, duty, righteousness, what it means to be a good leader, they're absolutely timeless. So it leaves us with a pretty big question for our own time. In a world full of its own complex challenges, what does an ideal ruler's dharma even look like today? What does it really mean to try and build a just and compassionate world for everyone?